Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas and welcome to Santa's STEM Elves. So today we've got Linda, who is a flight test engineer, and we have Charlotte, who is a chemist. So our first question for, let's say, Linda is, what is your favourite STEM subject and why?
My favourite STEM subject is technology because I like learning about new things and seeing how they can help me do my job and live my life a little bit easier and better.
That's great. And you, Charlotte, what is your favourite STEM subject and why?
My favourite STEM subject is science, specifically chemistry, because of all the wide and varied different applications it has to what we need in the modern world.
Right, so that leads us on to our next question. Charlotte, can you tell us about a time when you used your STEM skills to solve a problem in Santa's workshop?
Oh, Santa's workshop has lots of different problems. One of the major problems that we had was getting the sleigh so sparkly and nice for when it was going out and having to repaint it. So we formulated a special type of paint for Santa's sleigh so it doesn't get dirty on his trip round the world and every child sees it sparkling.
That sounds like something we all could do with a bit of that. And Linda, can you tell us about a time you used your STEM skills to solve a problem in Santa's workshop?
Yeah, Santa's got lots of different presents. Lots of different children ask for different things every year. And every year the presents get bigger or smaller or different sizes. And we need to work out how we put them on the back of Santa's sleigh. And so he can still fly it properly and it's not unbalanced and Santa doesn't fall out and the reindeer don't have too hard of a time. So I can help Santa make sure that the weight is distributed properly across his sleigh so that he flies the best he can around the world to make sure everybody gets their presents on time.
Lovely, thank you.
That's great. What new technology or invention would you like to introduce to Santa's workshop, Linda?
I think Santa would benefit from some form of electronic tracker, which he already has, but I think we could do one better and make sure that he makes all of the present deliveries to the right children at the right time. And everybody in Santa's workshop can keep up to date with what's going on and where they are. And then if there are any problems, then we know early that we can get involved and help him make sure he carries on the rest of his journey.
That sounds like a great idea. What about you, Charlotte? What new technology or invention would you like to introduce to the workshop?
I think I'd like to introduce to the workshop some sort of wrapping paper that's fully sparkly, glittery, but then can also be recycled, because that's really important to the environment, and we don't want the presents being wrapped in paper that you can't just recycle easily, but we still want it to be sparkly and glittery and beautiful.
Lovely. So now moving on to a bit of elf and safety. Charlotte, how do you plan to ensure that all the toys are safe and fun for the children?
Well, I plan to ensure that all the toys are safe and fun for the children by thoroughly testing them, whether that's the paint that they've been painted with, so that they're safe for young children to sort of put in their mouths, or that it lasts, or that the parts don't come off when children play with them. That's how I'd ensure that they're safe for all the children.
Lovely. And same question to you, Linda. How would you plan to ensure that all the toys are going to be safe for the children this year?
I think we need to test all the toys. So we need to play with toys to make sure that everybody gets a safe one. But then we also need to get them properly packaged. So make sure that they've all got protective boxes and wrapping around them. And like Charlotte said, it needs to be recyclable. So we'll do our best to make it a recyclable present if we can. But yeah, all properly boxed and packaged. And the heavy items are at the bottom and the light things are at the top so that everybody gets a present that's intact.
Lovely, thank you.
So, more about the toy making process. What is your favourite part of the toy making process, Charlotte? And do you have a favourite toy?
Ooh, my favorite part of the toy making process, I love seeing it go from concept to reality. So all the different parts coming together, all the different elves working on their different parts as one big team to really create toys that children like.
And you, Linda, what is your favourite part of the toy making process? Do you have a favourite toy?
I think my favorite part of the toy making process is trying to create something new. So being able to take all of the different parts and put them together a little bit differently by thinking a little bit differently, and creating something really fun and special. My favorite toy is Lego because I like building things.
Lovely. Now we know that the Christmas time is just manic for everybody, in particular Santa. So how would you plan to stay organised and manage your time effectively? Charlotte.
I would plan to stay organised by writing a lovely list, maybe even moving that out into some sort of timetable to sort of show all the different activities that need to be completed. That's how I'd plan to manage my time.
Lovely. And same question to you, Linda. How are you going to be organising your time around this very busy present making and delivering time?
I like a routine, so I like to know that I do the same things often, and I think that's really important to make sure that all the toys are at the right quality. So I will try and structure my days very similarly, unless we have some sort of disaster, and then obviously we'll have to try and help out where we can. But I think maybe routine to start with, and make sure that we everybody knows what their own responsibilities are.
Lovely. Thank you.
How do you think STEM skills can help children in their everyday lives, Linda?
Oh, STEM skills help with everything from how much milk you need to mix in with tea to make a good drink in the morning, right through to helping mum or dad wash the car or drive to work. Even how your pen works is a STEM subject. So STEM's involved everywhere. Everything you can think about, STEM helps you out. And even the computer that I'm talking to you on today is a really important STEM item.
That's fantastic. Charlotte, how do you think STEM skills can help children in their everyday lives?
I agree with what Linda's said. STEM skills, lots of them are skills that you use without even thinking about it. They stretch across lots of different skill subjects. So you may use the scientific reasoning skills, but you may also use them in English. They're not just specific to STEMs, but they really help you learn how to solve problems and apply yourself and apply the knowledge that you've got to the situation in front of you.
Lovely. Now, I know this next question is one that's really quite popular with children who are thinking about maybe pursuing STEM in the future. What was your favourite STEM project that you've worked on, or your favourite subject at school? Linda.
My favourite subject at school was physics because I liked understanding, and I still do like understanding how things work. So when I see something and I don't understand it, I try to either take it apart if I can safely and put it back together to understand how that works, or I go and ask somebody and hope that they'll be able to tell me something about it that I don't know, and then I'll be able to put all the building blocks back together. So I really enjoy taking things apart and putting them back together and understanding what each of the different things are about it. I can't think specifically of an example, which is not very good. It's not very clever of me, but there must be lots. Maybe like a tin opener, for example, which sounds really simple, but it's really interesting to take it apart and work out exactly how it makes the metal move and how you open it so that you can get your beans out in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah, lovely. Very good. Yeah. And Charlotte, for you, what was your favourite subject at school and your favourite STEM project that you've worked on?
Oh, my favourite subject at school. I enjoyed lots of subjects at school. I enjoyed chemistry. I also really enjoyed textiles, and you might not necessarily see the link between the two, but in textiles you use a sewing machine, and sewing machines are they're prone to errors or bunching up. There's a lot of problem solving involved to keep that instrument smooth. And in my job at work, I have equipment that I run analysis on and testing to make sure that things are accurate. So there's lots of transferable skills from that. My favorite project, a lot of the practical side of chemistry, because I think it really brings the subject to life. So there's some practicals where you can add a certain type of metal to water and they really react. And as you go down the periodic table, they react a lot more violently. So you might have one that just fizzes around on the top of the water, but by the time you're getting further down the table and that column in the table, it actually explodes. But then also fireworks is really a beautiful aspect of chemistry, how different elements give you different colours.
Lovely, thank you.
So, what advice would you give to young students who are interested in pursuing a career in STEM, Charlotte?
My advice would be to try and get experience. Now that could be, or even just watch things. There's lots of different activities. So sometimes local councils will put on STEM fairs where you can really understand the wide breadth of careers within STEM. Because even within chemistry, there's a massive subset of roles, and there are people working in roles that you may not even imagine. So data science, and we have chemists roles. There's sort of organic chemists, inorganic, green chemistry. That's a whole new area of chemistry that's really kind of becoming more and more important as we look to modify some of the processes that we might have used for hundreds of years, that actually can we make them greener and more environmentally sustainable. But it's really ask questions, be inquisitive, take part in events by STEM ambassadors, and really look and understand. Also, science museums are a great place to visit if you have one nearby.
That's great. I love the Science Museum. Linda, what advice would you give to young students who are interested in pursuing a career in STEM?
Give it a go. If you think you might enjoy something, give it a go. Try and find a club like Charlotte said, or even buying a book or take a book from the library and have a read and have a go at some of the projects that you can do at home. And if you don't enjoy it, it doesn't matter. You can carry on and find something else that you do enjoy doing and you do like. Ask lots of questions. Everybody wants to help you out, and people want to know what excites you, what makes you happy and interested. So ask lots of questions, give it a go. And if you make a decision and you're not sure that that's the right decision, it doesn't matter. You can always change your mind, because everybody changes their mind even when they're adults.
So we were on to our final question, which was a really important one. And it's, if you were the chief STEM elf, what would be your first priority? And that one goes to Linda.
I think my first priority is to make sure that everybody knows what their own individual job is in the workshop, so that we can all work together. And if we all work together and everybody knows what they're doing, then everybody should be happy and clear. And by doing that, we can be more effective and efficient. But I think my big ears would make everybody laugh anyway. So maybe I just go around and tell jokes. And as long as people are happy making the toys and the toys make it to the children on time, then we've done a good job.
Lovely, fantastic. And over to you, Charlotte. What's going to be your first priority if you become chief STEM elf?
I think my first priority, if I become chief STEM elf, is making sure that we achieve the goal of getting all the toys ready, packaged, to go out for Christmas, because it's not it's not long till Christmas, so all the elves are beavering away, getting things done, but really making sure if we have got any bottlenecks, any issues, that they're kind of smoothly dealt with, so we can execute the delivery of all the presents really well.
Lovely, thank you.
So thank you so much for your time, Elf Linda and Elf Charlotte. It's been really nice to hear how you might be the best Chief STEM Elf. But yeah, thank you so much. So now it's up to you who's watching to vote for your best Chief STEM Elf. So get voting. Good luck. Bye.